a day to plant a tree. And that's why we're doing it. Someone gave every school a tree to plant. And we have been the lucky ones. We're going to go outside and watch it be planted. Ooh. Okay. Why do we plant trees?
Because sometimes we can get fruit from trees.
Sometimes you can get fruit from trees.
Sometimes trees make oxygen.
I love it. I love it. And why do we need oxygen?
So we can breathe.
So we can breathe. If we didn't have trees, the air would be dirty and we would have problems breathing. Why else do we need trees?
Because if we don't,
Donovan is who I call them.
if we don't breathe,
That's true. That's true. But what else do we do with a tree that makes us happy? What does a tree do to help us?
trees grow fruit.
That's what Harley said. Trees do grow fruit.
You can make a fire or a house with made of wood. 'Cause
You are.
trees have wood.
You are right. When the tree dies and we take the wood from the trees, we can make houses. And some people plant trees just so that they can use the wood for houses. And you're right, we can make fire with the wood.
Oh, I don't.
If it's a hot sunny day, is it a good thing to have a tree?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's fruit on.
Well, that would cool you off just to have some nice fruit.
Paper's made of wood, right?
Yes, it is. Wood pulp. You need wood to make the paper.
You can have it in shade.
You can sit in the shade. When it's really hot, if you're under a nice tree, it can keep you cool. And so we need these trees. We need lots and lots of trees. Because as we get bigger, we need more. We need more. And for every tree, every year some trees die. So we need new trees to keep the trees going. Right? You don't want to live in a place that has no trees. So,
Trees take up carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide.
and what is that?
It's not good.
It's not good. That's it replaces it with the oxygen that you talked about earlier. And that's why we need the trees. We need the trees to rid the air of the carbon dioxide. So this is just a little thing about Earth Day and why. It says that Earth Day is every April 22nd, and that's what today is. Because today is April 22nd. And it says other countries celebrate on the first day of spring. So the first day of spring is usually in March. Yeah? March 20th is our first day of spring. Not that you would know it looking out that window, because it was snowing the other day. Okay. And some communities do green activities, and that's what we're doing today. We're doing a green activity. When you plant a tree, that's called a green activity. It means you're doing something for the earth. So today, you are being good citizens, and you are doing something positive for the earth. You are making this a better place to live. Right, Isabella? Today, we're going to help and watch a tree be planted to make our earth better. Right? To make our earth better. Now, this one says, let's plant a tree. Let's plant a tree. Look at that. Does that look like a tree?
Yeah, it's a baby tree.
What does it look like?
A baby tree.
Yeah.
Again.
Well, I guess a baby is going to grow into an adult, and it's going to grow into an adult tree.
Oh,
But
yeah,
when we
it's-
first plant the tree, it's pretty small. It's going to be interesting when we go outside to see, is our tree going to be that small?
Maybe. Or
It's
maybe
all-
big.
Or is it going to be big? Or is it going to be medium? So what do you think it's going to be? What do you think it's going to be? Is it going to be when we go outside? Because we don't know. We didn't see it yet. When we go outside, is that tree going to be little? Or is it going to be medium? Or is it going to be big? It's going to be small? What do you think?
It's big.
It's a guess. We don't know, so guess. Yeah. You think it's going to be small?
Small.
Big kids think it's going to be small, and the little kids think it's going to be, what do you think it's going to be?
Big.
You all think it's going to be big. We'll find out when we go outside. Remember, it can't be too big because we have to plant it. We've got to pick it up, right? So let's hope it's not too big.
I know how to
We'll
plant
see
it.
if the second graders know a little bit more. And they might. They've been in school 2 years longer than you have. They know things about oxygen and carbon dioxide. Okay? You guys know a lot. So let's see let's see if we can see what's going to happen when we go outside.
So you're not going outside.
Okay? Good for the world. That's what we just said. See, we are super smart. Good for the world. Trees give people and animals the oxygen they need to breathe. They give us shelter from the sun and the rain. Trees have deep roots that hold the soil in place. Did we not say that? We did. We are so smart. Start digging. Uh-oh. First, you need to decide where to plant your tree. It will start out small, but it needs room to grow. Once you pick a spot, you have to dig a hole. Well, here's what I'm hoping. That somebody picked the spot already, and that the hole is dug. That's what I'm hoping. A tree needs room to spread out its roots. So you have to make the hole deep, and you have to make it wide. So you might have a little tree, but your hole has to be bigger because we want that tree to grow. And if you squish it in the hole, it's not going to have anywhere to go. So we need the hole to be big, and we need the hole to deep. Now, you put the tree in, you cover the roots, you got to make sure the roots are covered, and then what do you think we do?
Water
Before you water it, we just put it in the hole. What are we going to do? Just leave it in the hole?
No.
What do you think? I want everybody to think, close your eyes and think about what you're going to do out there. So what are we going to do out there, Isis, once we put the tree in the hole? What do you think? First we put the tree in the hole, now what are we going to do? You're just going to leave it in an empty hole? What are we going to do? We could put water on it, but what do you think we need to do before that even?
Put the dirt back in so we can
I think she's right. I think we have to put the dirt back in the hole so that we hold the tree in place, right? Because we can't just leave it in a big hole. We made a big hole for the little tree. So I think we have to take the dirt, put it back in, and then how do we make sure the dirt stays there?
We will.
Let me see. Let me call on something. Ezekiel, what do we have to do to make sure the dirt stays there? We put the dirt back in, so now what are you going to do? How are you going to make sure it stays there? Elliot?
Back it.
You're going to pack it down and pat it with your hands. I don't know about you, but I love the feel of dirt. It feels really nice in the spring. It usually smells really nice too. So we're going to pat it down, and then we're going to water it, Isis, because it definitely needs water. There he is. There he goes, Isis. You were right. You were right. But, oh, he's watering it, right? Your tree will be thirsty after being buried in the ground. Use a watering can or a hose, and the water will sink into the soil, and the roots will drink it up. Trees need, what else do trees need? Oh, I'm going to stop right there. What do trees need besides water? What do trees need to grow? Oh, dear. I know you guys know. What do trees need to grow? Tell me.
Seeds.
No, it's already a tree. It came from a seed. You're right. It came. Seeds do grow. Well, what does a tree need? We put it in the ground. We patted it. We gave it water. What else does it need? Sunlight. It needs lots of sun. It needs lots of sun to grow. Now, a lot of people, when they do to start their tree, that's what I'm curious. Is it going to be just this little sapling?
No.
It might be, because that's how a tree starts. A tree starts that little. A tree starts that little. A young tree is called a sapling. Sometimes it takes years for a sapling to grow up. Fruit trees usually start to grow fruits when they're 5 years old.
Did you just